Hey everyone. Today's topic: you don't have to put up with the BS of others. We live in a world nowadays where a lot of people are trying to gaslight others or guilt trip them into putting up with their BS. A lot of people just haven't worked on themselves enough, so they spread this absolute crap out there. You see a lot of it on social media, and they want other people to buy into their BS. It's like a way of kind of getting everyone else to circle jerk because they don't want to put in the effort to evolve as a person. Then, I mean, many of these people probably have some idea that the crap they're touting is BS, but yeah, misery loves its company, right? So when people haven't worked on themselves enough, they tend to want other people to fall down to their level rather than working on rising up themselves. So there's a lot of BS out there nowadays. And the reason I'm making this video is to let you know you don't have to put up with any of it. Okay, guys? Like, I know that there's a lot of societal pressure to buy into to drink the Kool-Aid pretty much. Like, and you know hopefully what I mean by drinking the Kool-Aid. There's just a lot of crap out there, like all these social movements. Some of them are good, but there's also a lot of really bad ones that are getting people to buy into just utter nonsense. And it's basically the world is shifting from valuing logic to valuing feelings more, and this isn't really a good thing. Like, feelings have their place, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that like I'm anti-feelings and everyone should just act like feelings don't matter. No, they do matter, but like we shouldn't really use feelings to guide the direction of societies and governments and countries as a whole, because they tend to lead to bad places like extreme mental weakness and babying people, coddling adults, and it makes no sense because it weakens nations and cultures over time to the point that eventually they fall due to it. And there are a lot of Western countries that are kind of declining right now because of people gobbling up the BS of others. And as I mentioned earlier, most of it is because people are getting guilt tripped or gaslighted into buying into all this nonsense. Like, if you don't drink the Kool-Aid, you're a bad person, and they have all these labels they can throw at you to make you feel like a bad person. But here's the thing: you're only legitimately a bad person if you do bad things. Like, not buying into the BS of other people doesn't immediately make you bad, because there's a reason it's called the BS of others. If it was actually valid stuff that made sense, that would make you a good person for believing in it, then it wouldn't be BS, right? And many people would just immediately believe in it. Like, nobody's against kindness, right? Like, that's not a thing, because we all understand kindness is good. It makes you a good person. But there are many movements out there now pushing these BS beliefs, and yeah, you don't need to subscribe to this. Basically, the whole point of this video. You don't need to buy in to the BS of others, and it goes even beyond all these just ridiculous movements in the world. It can even just be as simple as somebody you know in person telling you some crap about the way you act or the beliefs you have or the moral code you follow, and trying to get you to subscribe to their way of living. And you don't need to do any of that. Just live the way that you want to live in the way that makes sense for you. Try to be a good person. Hopefully I don't need to define what a good person is, because we all pretty much know. There's even like a Stoic quote that says something along the lines of, stop arguing over what it means to be a good person, just be a good person. Because even that Stoic philosopher, I can't remember who it was, even he understood that like we all kind of intrinsically know what it means to be good. We don't need to define that. We know a good person when we see one. So go out there and do good, be good, and don't worry what other people think of you, and don't worry about sacrificing your own moral code and your integrity just to be liked by other people who are trying to get you to believe their BS. Just stay true to yourself and don't let the world change you. And one final thing I'll say: have strong, healthy boundaries. That's like the name of the game in today's world, where you have all this nonsense, all this BS being spread. Just have strong boundaries, and don't be afraid to be disliked by people, especially people who, haven't worked on themselves, because some people just aren't worth being liked by. I've said that in prior videos, but I probably need to say it way more often so that people start realizing that it makes sense and it's something we should live by, because you don't need to be liked by everyone. Some people, their opinions just aren't worth it. Like, why do you care if they like you? If they're a bad person, who gives two craps what they think of you? They haven't worked on themselves enough for their opinion to hold much weight. You're not going to listen to someone like that on what it takes to be a good person. So if you're trying to be a good person, why do you care what they think of you? They're not going to be able to offer you anything of value in that pursuit. It's like trying to get advice on how to become a millionaire by someone who spends all the money they earn and are perpetually poor, even if they make good money. Like, obviously they're not going to be able to teach you how to become a millionaire because they make good money and they can't even invest it wisely and spend it in ways that can actually make them more money and whatnot. So yeah, you get my point. But it's just kind of annoying seeing the direction a lot of Western countries are heading in with all this BS that they're trying to get everyone to buy into. And yeah, so do your best to not get caught up in the BS storm. But that's all I have for you guys. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like on it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci!